Hi everyone, it's Miss Hakvari in the library. As we're getting used to our new year of 2020, I'd like us to think a little bit about some reading resolutions that we can make. No matter what our reading level or even our attitude towards reading is, there are goals that we can set and changes we can make to improve. The good news is you don't have to make huge changes to see results. So here are some areas that you might consider for your reading resolutions this year. The first thing to think about is the amount of reading that you do. You might set a goal to see how many books you can read in a given time period. You might want to finish a book in a quarter, or maybe you think you can finish a book in a month. Maybe you think you can get a book done in a couple weeks or even one book a week. I like to set a yearly goal for the amount that I read because I find that it really pushes me, but find a goal that might work for you around the amount of reading. Another goal that you might set is in the area of time spent reading. So, sometimes I know it feels like we don't have a lot of time to read. Maybe our spare time is full of lots of other things. But a lot of times, if we start to look at what we do with our downtime or the time we sit around waiting for stuff to happen, we find a lot of time that can actually be used for reading. So maybe you have a long bus ride on the way to and from school, and you could spend some time reading there. Or maybe there's a bit of time between when you get dropped off and when school starts, or when school ends and when you get picked up. Maybe you have a brother or sister that has activities and you have to go along and wait for them to be done. All of those are time that we could take a book, spend some time reading, and not only does it make the time go faster, it actually helps us improve our academic skills. The last thing I would ask you to think about as far as setting a reading goal or resolution or make a change with your reading this year is the genre or maybe type of book that you usually read. So, we've spent a lot of time in the library talking about our own personal interests and how that fits with different types of books and genres. You might already know pretty well what types of books are interesting to you or you enjoy reading, but setting a new goal for a type of book can be a really interesting experience. So, for example, I like to read a lot of science fiction and dystopian books. Those are really kind of interesting to me naturally. But I realized that I'm ignoring a whole section of books, which is our sports and adventure section. And that's a problem because if I don't really know what's in that section, I'm not very well suited to help students who like to read books from that section. And that might be one of our most popular sections. So, one of my goals this year is to read a lot more sports books because I actually do like watching sports on TV. So, I think I could find some things there that are interesting. As you think about different resolutions you make, in just a second, you're going to have time to think a little bit about which of these areas makes the most sense for you to set a reading goal. Once you've set your reading goal for this year, you'll have a chance to look at some books that revolve around three of the top resolutions that people make. So when I went and Googled the types of resolutions that people make or the most popular ones, three really stood out to me. One was getting fit. So you'll have a chance to look at books that revolve around that. One was spending time with family and friends. And one was traveling to a new place. So again, you'll have a chance to make a reading goal. And you'll have a chance to look at some books that revolve around some of those popular resolutions. So, thanks for listening and good luck with your new year.